Chapter 1, the bet that started it all. Asterisk, I heard my name over the locker noise. He won't last 2 weeks. Laughter snap, then her voice. Layla. 3 months, she said. I make him fall in 3. My locker door clanged. Her eyes flicked to me. Hi, she said. Hi, you're new. I was new last year. New to me. She smiled. I'm Layla. I know. You should tell me your name. I don't have to. Her friends tittered. One whispered, he's playing hard. I said, there's a rumor, a game. She looked amused. I don't listen to rumors. Maybe you should. Maybe, she said, stepping closer. You should eat lunch with me. The bell rang. People moved. We didn't. Why me? I asked. Because I asked nicely. Because you're interesting. Because I can. Because you bet on me. I thought. I don't sit. I said. I walk. Then walk with me. We cut through the courtyard. She waved her friends away with 2 fingers. Sun warmed a bench. We stood. You always glare like that, she asked. I'm not glaring. You're brooding. Is that your thing? Is being adored yours? Sometimes. She tugged her ponytail. What's your thing finishing? What I start? Her eyes lit. Dangerous. It can be. Wind moved the leaves. Tell me why you're mad, she said. I'm not. You're humming. I had coffee. You had pride. She came closer so I could count them. Freckles. Someone pushed. You like pushes? I like reactions. She tilted her head. Tell me your name, and I'll stop analyzing you. Bad deal. Make a better one. I'll tell you my name if you tell me why you take bets on people. Her smile flickered. Who said that? You did. In the hallway. That was a joke, was it? She held my gaze, then looked away, then back. My friends like drama, she said. I play along. It's easy. Breaking people is easy. I don't break people. You tried to. She didn't answer. Eat with me tomorrow, she said at last. I didn't eat with you today. You walked with me. It counts, does it, for me? Her eyes dropped to my hands. Why are your fists tight? They're not. They are. Stop studying me. Make me. We both heard the words at once. Color rose in her cheeks. What if I don't fall? I asked. Everyone falls. Not me. Why not? Because I see the ground. I said. I know how it feels. Her smile loosened, like a knot slipping. Who dropped you? I jumped. Liar. Maybe you're stubborn. So I've heard. Good. I like stubborn. She leaned in until the world blurred. It makes the landing loud. Is noise the goal? Proof something happened. Her eyes searched mine. Is something happening now? Maybe. Maybe I'm holding back. Give me a piece of your pulse. Why? Because I'm asking you, not them. My name rose to my tongue. I swallowed it. Deal. Always. Meet me here tomorrow. Alone. That's it. That's it. And if I'm not, then the bet is over. Before it starts, her breath hitched. She smoothed it away. You think there's a bet, she said lightly. You're wrong. We'll see. She touched my wrist, cool and brief, a spark, tomorrow. Tomorrow. She left first. I stayed with the silence and the sun. I stared at the empty spot and said, don't be stupid. The night and known numbers lit my phone. I let them ring. A message. It's me. Delete after reading. I typed nothing. Another. Tomorrow. Alone. I promise. I typed nothing. I did homework badly. Then a too hot shower. Steam fogged the mirror. I drew a line and said, 3 months, not a chance. I woke before my alarm. At school, her friends watched me. At lunch, I stood at the courtyard's edge, counting. 1 minute, 2, 5. Layla stepped out alone. No crowd. No phone. She stopped a few feet away. You came. You're alone. I said I would be. She held up a paper bag. 2 apples. Insurance. I don't take bribes. It's not a bribe. It's evidence. She offered one. That I can be simple. Bite first. She did. Juice glowed on her lip. Name. She asked. Tomorrow. I said. She laughed. Shy. You'll make me earn it. I'll make you choose it. Choose what? Me over the crowd. I already did, she said, glancing at the empty space. Can't you tell? I took a bite. Sweet, bright, dangerous, okay, I said. Then we start. Start what? Something that isn't a bet. She nodded. Then stop holding back. Not yet, I said. I like finishing what I start. Her smile returned. Smaller, realer. Me too. We stood there pretending to be brave. The apples between us like proof we were trying. Chapter to the first move of next day. She was already waiting in the courtyard. No friends. No phone. Just Layla, leaning against the bench like she owned the air. You're early, I said. You're late, she replied, though I wasn't. Sit. I don't sit. Then stand closer. I did, just enough so she had to tilt her head to meet my eyes. Are you always like this? She asked. Like what? Guarded. Hard to read. Do you read everyone? Only the ones worth it. Her smile was precise. You might be worth it. I shrugged. I'll try not to disappoint. She laughed, soft but quick. That's the thing, most people are easy. Say the right thing. They melt. But you. She studied my face like she was mapping it. You don't melt. Maybe I freeze. Her eyes narrowed. I'll find out. I pulled an apple from my bag, took a bite. You think this is a game? It started as one, she said, leaning closer. But now I want to know what happens if I lose. You won't like it. Her fingers brushed mine to casual to be an accident. Maybe I will. We walked toward the back field. She matched my pace, close enough I could smell her perfume warm. Vanilla, faint citrus. Why me? I asked again. She didn't look away from the path ahead. Because you don't look at me like they do. You look like you could walk away any second. Maybe I could. Could, she repeated. Not would. You're confident. I'm right. We stopped at the bleachers. She sat first, legs crossed, skirt falling just enough to test my attention. I stayed standing. You're not making this easy, she said. I'm not here to make it easy. Then why are you here? Because you asked nicely, I said. She tilted her head, pretending to think. No, that's not it. Maybe because I want to see how far you'll go. I admitted. Her lips curved. Farther than you think. You're underestimating me. You're underestimating me, she countered. We stared at each other until the sound of distant shouting broke it. A soccer ball rolled past. I kicked it back without looking. You play? She asked. Used to. Why do you stop? Got tired of chasing things that didn't matter. Her eyes flickered. Do I matter? Ask me in 3 weeks. She laughed again. But it wasn't the polished laugh from yesterday. It was softer, unplanned. 3 weeks. That's oddly specific. That's all it'll take. She leaned back on her elbows. Big talk. Truth. I said. The wind carried her hair across her face. She didn't move it, so I reached out, tucking the strand behind her ear. Her breath hitched barely, but I caught it. You're dangerous, she whispered. Or maybe I'm careful. I said. Careful people don't look at me like that. Maybe I'm making an exception. She stood suddenly, close enough our shoulders brushed. Walk me back. We moved through the courtyard in silence. The closer we got to the main hall, the more eyes turned toward us. Her friends were waiting. You're going to ruin your reputation, I said. Maybe I want to. You don't. Maybe I want to ruin yours. That's harder than you think. We stopped at the entrance. She looked at me. That calculated. Smile gone. Tomorrow, she said. Tomorrow. I agreed. She started to walk away, then turned back. Bring something sweet. Why? To make up for today, she said. You were a little cruel. I let her go without answering. But that night, lying in bed, I kept hearing her voice low, warm, almost daring me to meet her halfway. I told myself I wasn't falling. I told myself this was still my game. And yet, when I closed my eyes, all I could see was the way her lips had parted when I touched her hair. Chapter 3 cracks in the perfect smile. The second week, something about Layla had changed. She didn't just show up where I was, she stayed. We were under the oak tree by the backfield. I was half reading, half dozing when I heard her footsteps. She dropped her bag beside mine and sat down without asking. "You're late," I said, not looking up. I wasn't invited. You never are. And yet, here I am. I kept my eyes on the book. "You could be anywhere else." "I could," she said, pulling at the grass. "But you'd miss me." "You sure about that?" "Yes." Her tone was flat, like she was stating a fact. I finally looked at her. The usual flawless hair was slightly wine-tossed. No lipstick. She wasn't performing today. "You're slipping," I said. Her eyes narrowed. "Slipping? You used to make an entrance. Now you're sitting in the dirt. Maybe I like the dirt." "No," I said. "You like control, and you're losing it." She smirked, but it didn't reach her eyes. "You think you're clever." "I know I am." We sat in silence for a while. Her hand crept toward mine, stopping just short. "You're doing it again," I said. "Doing what?" Trying to close the gap without asking. "Do I need permission?" "Yes." She tilted her head, studying me. "You're the first person who's ever said that to me." "That's because they're too busy chasing you, and you're not yet." "Yet," she repeated, like she was tasting the word. I closed the book and set it aside. "What do you actually want, Layla?" Her lips parted, but she didn't answer right away. "I want to win. This isn't a scoreboard. Everything is a scoreboard," she said. "Then maybe you're playing the wrong game." She let out a small, frustrated laugh. "I hate that you make me think about what I'm saying." "Good. Means you're listening." I stood and brushed off my jeans. "Walk." She hesitated, then got up. We circled the field, the sun low and warm. She kept glancing at me like she was searching for something: approval, maybe, or proof. I was paying attention. "Do you ever get tired of being untouchable?" she asked. "Do you?" "Yes." The honesty caught me off guard. "Then why do it?" "It's safer." "From what?" Her eyes flicked away. "From people like me," she said softly. We stopped walking. I stepped closer, close enough to see the faint freckles on her nose. "You think I'm dangerous." "I know you are." "Because I'm not falling for you." "No," she said, almost whispering. "Because you might make me fall for you." The air between us tightened. She didn't move when I reached up and touched her cheek light, testing. Her breath hitched, just like before. "You're shaking," I said. "You're imagining it." "Am I?" She didn't answer. I dropped my hand. "Tomorrow, same place," I said. "You're giving me homework now." "Yes," she laughed, but it sounded different, less polished, more real. "You're infuriating." "I've heard that before." She walked off first, leaving her perfume in the air. The next day, she came with 2 coffees. "Truce," she said. I didn't know. "We were at war." "We are," she said, handing me one. "And I'm losing." "That's not like you." "I know." She sat beside me. "I don't get it. You don't push. You don't chase. And somehow I keep showing up. Maybe you like the challenge. Or maybe I like you." The words hung between us. I took a slow sip of coffee. Dangerous thing to say. She shrugged, but her eyes gave her away. "You're starting to confuse yourself," I said. "Maybe. Or maybe I've been confused for a while." "You're not used to that." "No." She hesitated, and I hate it. We sat in silence again, watching the wind push leaves across the field. Her knee brushed mine, and for once, I didn't move away. She noticed. I could feel her pulse, in the way her breathing changed. "See," she said softly, "you're not immune." "Maybe not." Her smile returned, small but certain. "Good. That makes 2 of us." I didn't tell her she was wrong. I didn't tell her I'd been feeling the cracks. Because if I admitted that, the game would be over and I wasn't ready for it to end. Chapter 4. The night she let her guard down. The school festival ended in rain. Lanterns swayed in the wind, the field turning muddy under the lights. I stayed late, helping stack chairs in the gym, my shirt damp, hair sticking to my forehead. I Was heading out when I heard her. You're hard to find. Layla stood in the hallway, her hair wet and loose. No makeup, no perfect smile. Just her. You're soaked, I said. So are you. What are you doing here? She glanced down, the empty hall, then back at me. Looking for you. I didn't move. Why? She stepped closer, her shoes squeaking on the floor. Because I didn't want to go home yet. I kept my voice steady. That's not a reason. It's mine. Her hand brushed my arm, and before I could react, she took my wrist and pulled me toward the storage room inside. It was dark except for a thin line of light from the hallway. The air smelled like dust and rain. What is this? I asked. Somewhere no one will find us, she said, letting go of my wrist. Her voice was quieter now. You keep making me forget myself. You're blaming me. Yes, that's not how this works. It is now. She moved closer until her breath warmed my neck. Do you ever stop thinking? No. Try. Her hands found my shoulders, not pulling, just resting. Testing. What do you want, Layla? I don't know, she whispered. That's dangerous. I know. We stood there, the sound of rain against the roof filling the silence. Her perfume was faint now, replaced by the sharper scent of wet hair and adrenaline. You're shaking, I said. So are you. I didn't correct her. Her fingers curled into the fabric of my shirt. Tell me to stop. I didn't. Say something, she whispered. You've lost. Her breath caught. Then why do I feel like I'm winning? Because you don't understand the rules. Teach me. Her eyes were wide, searching, almost afraid. You think this is a game you can control. I said. It's not anymore. She swallowed hard. I know. We were too close now. Every word she said brushed my lips. Her hand slid down to my wrists, her touch light but unshakable. This is the part, she said, where I'm supposed to pull away. You're not pulling away. No. The light from the hallway flickered as someone passed. She froze, listening. Footsteps faded. You're trouble, I said. You like trouble? I didn't deny it. Her thumb traced my knuckles, slow and deliberate. I don't know what's happening to me, she said quietly. You're falling. I wasn't supposed to. You bet you wouldn't. I bet I'd make you. And her lips curled faintly. Maybe I still will. She stepped back first, letting the distance cool the air between us. Walked me to my car. Outside, the rain had eased into a drizzle. We didn't speak as we crossed the lot, our shoes splashing through puddles. When we reached her car, she leaned against the door, watching me. You're not coming in, she asked. No, you're impossible. Good night, Layla. Her hand shot out, catching my sleeve. Wait, I stopped. She hesitated, then said, thank you for not making me feel like a joke tonight. I met her eyes. You never were a joke, Layla. Just a bet. She flinched, but didn't look away. Then she opened the car door, slid in, and started the engine. Tomorrow, I said. She drove off, taillights glowing red through the rain. That night, lying in bed, I couldn't stop her playing her voice in the dark storage room. The way her hands shook, the way she didn't pull away. I told myself I was still in control, but deep down, I knew she'd just taken her first step toward burning, and I was already standing too close to the fire. Chapter 5. The term be the third week. I didn't have to find her. She found me dead in my locker, in the library, by the vending machines between classes. She'd wait, pretending to scroll her phone, until I noticed. You're following me, I said one afternoon. I'm finding you, she corrected. Same thing. She leaned against the lockers, blocking my way. Then stop making it so easy. I'm not making it anything. Yes, you are. You disappear. You go quiet, and I start wondering what you're doing, who you're with. I smirk. Sounds like you care. She crossed her arms. I hate that I do. Then stop. Her eyes narrowed. You stop. We stared each other down until a teacher walked past. She stepped aside, but her gaze didn't waver. At lunch, she skipped her usual table of friends to sit across from me. They watched from across the room, whispering, "You're not going to eat?" I asked. "I'm not hungry. Not good for your image." "I don't care." She leaned forward, her voice low. "I just want to know why you've been avoiding me." "I haven't." "Yes, you have. You're doing the thing again, pulling back just enough to make me chase you. Maybe you're imagining it. Not." Her hand slid across the table toward mine. "I'm losing this, aren't I?" "This?" I asked. "This bet. This game. Whatever you want to call it." I didn't answer. Her jaw tightened. "Fine. Then I'll make you talk to me." She stood, grabbed my wrist, and pulled me out of the cafeteria. Heads turned. We ended up in the empty stairwell. She didn't let go. "What's your problem?" she demanded. "Maybe I just don't like being predictable." "You think I am?" "I think you're used to people crawling to you, and you're proud you're not. Shouldn't I be?" She exhaled sharply, eyes burning. "You're infuriating. You've said that before, and I'll say it again." She stepped closer until her back hit the wall. She didn't move away when I followed. "You're not supposed to be in my head like this," she said. Guess I didn't get the memo. Guess you didn't care. Her eyes darted to my lips. "You want me to kiss you, don't you?" "I want you to admit you want to." "That's not the same thing." "It is to me." For a second, I thought she'd do it, but she pushed me back instead. "Not yet," she said. "Why?" "Because I don't want you thinking you've already won." I smiled. "You think you still have a chance?" "I know I do." "You've got 3 weeks left." Her brow furrowed. 3 weeks left for what? To catch up. By Friday. She was everywhere, waiting by my class door, leaving notes in my locker, texting late at night with messages like "you awake?" and "I can't stop thinking about you." I didn't always answer. Sometimes I just let her wait. That Saturday, she called. I let it ring twice before picking up. "What are you doing?" she asked. "Reading." "That's it. Should I be doing something else?" "Yes." "Meeting me." "Where?" "Outside the library in 20 minutes. I could have said no. I didn't. She was already there when I arrived, dressed casually, hoodie, sneakers, hair tied back. No one watching would think she was the school beauty everyone whispered about. "You came," she said, almost surprised. "You told me to." That's it. We walked without talking. She led me to the park, stopping by the swings. She sat. I leaned against the pole. "I don't get it," she said finally. "Get what?" "You." "I've tried everything I know, and it's not enough. Maybe that's the problem." Her eyes narrowed. "What's that supposed to mean?" "Maybe you're not supposed to win this one." She looked down at her hands, twisting the chain of the swing. "I don't like losing. No one does. But you make it feel different." "How?" "Like it's not the end of the world. Just the end of the game." I didn't answer. She stood, walked to me, and stopped just close enough for her voice to drop. "Then maybe I don't want the game to end." "Careful, Layla," I said. "Why?" "Because you're starting to mean it." She smiled faintly, almost sad. "Maybe I already do." Chapter 6. Her confession. It was late. The parking lot was empty except for her car. Parked under a flickering STREETLIGHT. She was leaning against the hood, arms folded, eyes distant. "You came," she said when I walked up. "You told me to this time. I wasn't sure you would." I almost didn't. "Why?" "Because I know what you're going to say." Her eyes met mine. "Say it, then." "That it was a bet." She flinched like I'd hit her. "You heard." "I didn't need to. You've been telling me without saying it." Her hands dropped to her sides. "It started that way. I swear. It was supposed to be a joke. 3 months to make you fall for me. And somewhere along the way, I forgot it was a joke." "That's convenient." Her voice sharpened. "You think I'm lying?" "I think you're good at it." She took a step forward, her voice trembling. "I'm not lying. I didn't expect you to get under my skin like this. I didn't expect to care. if you like me back. I said nothing. She laughed once, bitter. You hate me now. I don't hate you. Then what? I think you're dangerous. Her lips pressed together. Because I lied. No. Because you didn't tell me sooner. She looked away. I was afraid you'd leave. I might have. Her voice cracked. And now I don't know. We stood in silence, the hum of the streetlight filling the space between us. She broke it. I called it a bet because I didn't want to admit I wanted something real with me. Yes, you don't even know me. I know. Enough that I'm stubborn, that you don't play games, that you make me feel like I can stop pretending all the time, that you see me when everyone else just sees what I look like. Her eyes were bright, but she wasn't smiling. You're saying all the right things. I said, they're not lines. She shot back. They're the truth. Funny. That's what you said when you started this. She closed her eyes, like she was steadying herself. You think I'm still playing? I'm not. I took a step closer. Then prove it. Her eyes opened. How? Tell me you'd still be here if I'd never fallen for you. She hesitated just for a moment, but it was enough. You can't say it, I said quietly. Her jaw tightened. Because I don't want to lie to you anymore. That's your problem, Layla. You think honesty after the fact erases the lie. She shook her head. No, but maybe it's a start. We were close enough now that I could see the rain-dark strands of hair stuck to her cheek. She didn't move when I reached up and brushed them back. Why me? I asked. Because you weren't looking at me like everyone else. Because you weren't already halfway in love with me before I said a word. Because I didn't know if I could make you. And now I wish I'd never. Try do I. Because you're the first person I've lost to. And I don't know how to handle it. The wind rattled the leaves overhead. I stepped back. Go home, Layla. She didn't move. You're not coming with me, no. Her voice dropped. Are you punishing me? Do you think you deserve it? Yes, she whispered, but I don't want it from you. I turned to leave. Her voice stopped me. I would have fallen for you anyway, even without the bet. I looked back at her. Then you should have started there. She got into her car. I stood there, watching the taillights disappear. My phone buzzed before I even made it home. A single message. I'm sorry. I didn't answer. That night, I lay in bed, staring at the ceiling. Her words kept replaying, not the apology. The part where she said she wished she'd never tried. Because for the first time since this started, I wasn't sure if I'd actually won or if I'd just lost something I didn't know. I won it until it was gone. Chapter 7. Breaking point had happened on Monday. I was leaving class when 3 of her friends cornered me in the hallway. You think you're clever, don't you? One of them said. I kept walking. Move. Another step in front of me. You've ruined her, Layla. I laughed once. No one ruins Layla. She doesn't eat. She doesn't sleep. She's different. This is your fault. Or maybe. I said. She finally saw herself without the crowd. First girl's eyes narrowed. You think this is funny? No. I think it's over. She told us everything. The second one snapped. How you were just trying to beat her at her own game. You're no better than her. I shrugged. Maybe not. But I didn't start the game. That's when I heard in her voice. What's going on? Layla stepped into the circle, her expression unreadable. They're just telling me what a terrible person I am, I said. Her gaze moved from them to me. Are you? I didn't blink. I guess that depends on who's asking. I am, she said quietly. Then yes. Something in her face flickered. Layla. One of her friends started. You don't have to stop. Layla cut in. Go. They hesitated, then left, shooting me glares over their shoulders. We stood there, the hallway empty now. You told them. I said. They guessed. She replied. I didn't deny it. Because you wanted them to know you lost. Her jaw tightened. Because I wanted them to know I don't care about winning anymore. That's not true. She took a step closer. You think you know me so well. I do. Then you know I hate this. You know I hate feeling like you're the one in control. Then stop letting me be. Her voice rose. I tried. I tried to pull back. I tried to. She stopped. Herself, breathing hard. You never even gave me a chance. I gave you 3 weeks. Her laugh was sharp and humorless, and you were counting the days. We were inches apart now. She looked up at me, her eyes burning with something. That wasn't just anger. Tell me you didn't feel it, she said. I felt it. Her shoulders dropped slightly. Then why are you doing this? Because you started it. That's not an answer. It's the only one you're getting. Silence. Then, softer. I wish I'd met you before I became this. I studied her face, the cracks showing through the mask. Before you started playing with fire. She nodded. Then maybe you wouldn't have gotten burned. Her lips parted, but no words came out. I stepped back. It's over, Layla. She flinched like I'd struck her. And if I don't want it to be, then that's not my problem. She didn't follow me when I walked away. But later that night, my phone lit up. A single text. I hate you. 5 minutes later. I don't mean the dot 10 minutes after that. I think I do dot I didn't reply. The next morning, I saw her in the courtyard. She was surrounded by people again, laughing at something someone said. But her eyes found me through the crowd. They didn't look like victory. They looked like surrender. Chapter 8. The fire decent rained again the day it ended. Not a storm, just a steady, quiet rain that made the whole campus feel muted. I was sitting under the awning outside the library, watching droplets slide down the railing, when I heard footsteps. You always pick the loneliest spots, she said. I didn't look up. Guess I like the quiet, or you're hiding. From what? From me. Now I looked at her. No makeup, no crowd, just Layla, holding an umbrella too small for both of us, her hoodie damp at the edges. You found me, I said. I always do. She sat beside me, close enough for our knees to touch. You haven't answered my messages. I didn't have anything to say. That's new for you. Not really. I watched the rain. I'm just done talking in circles. She was quiet for a long moment. So this is it. It's been it for a while. Her voice softened. I don't want it to be. That doesn't change anything. I know. The rain pattered against the umbrella. She leaned forward, resting her elbows on her knees. I keep thinking about the first day we talked. I thought I was in control. I thought I'd make you fall for me, and then I don't know. I'd win something, like it would mean something. And now I know I lost something instead. I stayed quiet, letting her fill the space. I don't regret meeting you, she said. I regret how I started it. I regret not knowing the difference between wanting attention and wanting someone. That's not a small difference. No, she said. It's not. She looked at me then, and I saw it, the absence of the perfect mask. No polished smile, no calculated glance. Just Layla, the girl underneath the title everyone gave. Her? I'm not asking you to forgive me, she said. Good. Because I wouldn't. She smiled faintly. I know, but I am asking you to believe me when I say it wasn't all fake. I met her gaze. I believe you. Her brows lifted slightly, like she wasn't expecting that. You do. Yes, but believing you doesn't mean I want to go back. Her shoulders fell, right? We sat in silence for a while. The rain kept falling, steady and soft. Finally, she said, you were the first person who scared me. I turned to her. Scared you how? Because you made me feel, and I didn't know what to do with that. Her voice was quiet but certain, like she'd been rehearsing the words in her head. You could have told me. I said, I could have. She agreed. But I thought I'd have more time. I thought I could ease into it. I thought I'd win first and then figure out the rest later. That's the problem. You thought you had time. A small laugh escaped her, bitter and soft. You really did beat me in 3 weeks. That was never the point, I said. She tilted her head. Then what was? To show you that you weren't untouchable. That games like this don't end with trophies. She was quiet for a moment, then nodded slowly. And now I know. The rain eased into a drizzle. She stood, closing the umbrella. So what happens now? You keep being you, I said, hopefully without the bets. And you? I'll keep finishing what I start. She smiled at that, small, real. Guess that's fair. We walked together toward the parking lot. The air smelled like wet asphalt and something faintly sweet from the flower beds by the fence. At her car, she turned to me. I don't think I'll ever meet anyone like you again. That's probably for the best. She laughed softly. You're still cruel. I'm still honest. She opened the car door, then paused. You know you didn't just win the bet. You won me, too. You just didn't want the prize. I didn't respond. There was nothing left to say that wouldn't undo the quiet we'd built in these last few minutes. She got in and started the engine. I stepped back, watching her pull away, taillights glowing in the mist. When she was gone, I stood there for a while, listening to the rain fade into silence. That night, I sat at my desk, scrolling through my phone. Her messages were still there, the ones I never answered. You awake? I can't stop thinking about you. Tomorrow? I'm sorry. I hovered over the delete button, then set the phone down instead. Some things didn't need to be erased. They just needed to be left where they were, in the past, still burning faintly. Like embers that weren't worth fanning back into flames. The next morning, the sun came out. It felt strange walking into school without looking for her in the crowd. In the hallway, I passed the oak tree outside and remembered the first time she'd sat with me. The way she'd smirked like she was already certain of the outcome. But I didn't stop walking, because whatever game we'd been playing, it was over, and the fire was gone.